Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Missing Cool Kids and the Lame Dad here solo, and we are back here with another fan request, and this is BEAT Conductor asking for some more Whispered, and this time the song Strike and their official video. So hey BEAT Conductor, you could be the Beast Conductor. Those who don't know what we're talking about, inside joke. Beat, you'll get it. I know you will. We had a little good laugh after over that. Yeah, I got my good old joint ready to go to continue on, and we'll get it right before we get it out. So, all right. I liked pretty much what I heard from Whispered the first time around. So they are a samurai metal band. The first song, if I recall correctly, I only had one real complaint, and that's they had some Gregorian chant, choir sound chorus going on in there. Well, I was first trying to interpret this as more of a Asian feel. So coming into this song, I'm going to keep that in mind now and have a bit more of a knowledge base coming into the song. So all right there, BEAT Conductor. Let's see what you're getting me with Whispered Strike. Let's pop this one up here and boom, boom, boom. Okay. Asian feel to this time around. This is 5 years old. Almost. Okay, I remember from the last video too, and I have the same complaint. I had two complaints last video. One, the chorus being Gregorian was throwing me off too. His voice wasn't as far out in the mix as I'd like. I wasn't sure if that was intentional for that song, but it seems like it's the same thing again this song. So it seems like Whispered is like Tool, and their lead singer rather be in the mix instead of just above the mix so far. Love the fact they have lyrics videos in here because it makes it easier to pick up what he's saying without having to try to strain my ears to catch what he's saying. So, alright, we got back 10 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, making another stop. I'm liking these guys musically. Production-wise, I have a little picking to do. So the symphony is a little more above and the drums than I like to hear them. I'm not hearing the bass hardly at all. I'm having to strain to hear the bass. And the guitar riffs are so great, but they're too cut into the mix. They need to be brought out just a bit more so you can hear them because you're straining to try to hear them. And as I'm straining to try to hear them, all I'm hearing is even more elevation of the drums and the symphony or, that choir-y music in the back, which is taken away. And I'm kind of hating that because it's really good, cool guitar riffs going on. Oi. There, you're able to hear that better in the mix on the guitar. Okay, we're going back at least 20 seconds here. Picked it out. It's that chorus music, the choir-y, symphonic symphony in the background's too high. It needs to come down while it's in there. That's the problem. Because right here, the guitars are coming out great. The bass is coming out great. It's the symphony is too high into the mix. Great solo. Love the freaking bass run that just happened there. Just love the bass run. So nice and solid, and what I wanted to hear, and what I was, yeah, it's that choir music. It's just that symphony music's just too high in the mix, taken away from the guitar and the bass in the mix, because that it was just perfect, beautiful, enjoyable. Change up on the measure. I like that tempo pace coming into this part of the measure. Oh, now we're going back to that heavier. Trying to debate, I like the other song better or this one. Same two complaints, basically similar. Vocals, I like to hear a little more out forefront. So this time, instead of the choir music throwing me off, I'm just not a fan of how the symphony comes out louder than the guitars and the bass while it's in there. And that's a fine line balance. It's really hard because you could say, okay, well, yeah, I could say he should have brought the guitars and bass up again. But then when you fade out that choir or the symphony, so when it's not going, then you're going to have assault on your senses of the guitar and the bass. And yeah, you can try to bring it back down, balance it again, but then you're going to catch it on the audio too. So it makes it hard. So yeah, I'm critiquing it and I'm being a little critical of it, but it's also not an easy thing to do. If you're into mixing and engineering and sound engineering. So, it's easier said than done a lot of times. What you hear in your head isn't always what you're going to get when you try to transcribe it out musically on a soundboard. So, all in all, though, it is a band I don't mind. I don't know if Whispered would be a band that would be on my top list of go-to. So, at this point, but they're definitely a band that I wouldn't be saying, yeah, turn this stuff off, man, I can't handle it. I'd actually wouldn't mind having it on and going, okay, yeah, some songs here and there going. If it's on a mixed playlist, I say, yeah, I actually don't mind this too much. It's enjoyable, but it's not going to be, at this point, my go-to. So, all right, guys. So, not sure what more I can really say about this one here. So outside that, it felt less European and more Asian when they did, bring in the Asian feel. They left out more of that European feel from it minus the symphony. So, but that symphony was needed in there, in my opinion, to drive the song a little bit more forward, musically as well. It helped give that more of a sustained, feel of drama. So, all right, guys, this was Whispered coming from Beat, not Beast, Beat Conductor. So, until then, the missing cool kids, lame dad here solo. Peace out.